It's such a pleasure to meet you and to know that there's going to be a Frozen 2. Everyone loves the first one. All their kids are so excited about it. What's been the most exciting part for you about this whole experience?
Well, the most exciting part about the experience is, unlike the first movie, which came out with no expectations whatsoever, um, where it just sort of not only surprised our audience, but surprised, frankly, us, this one has come with a lot of expectations. And going into this movie, there were a lot of question marks. One, do we need a sequel? Two, how are you going to match the first one? Three, you've written some of the most incredible songs in any animated movie ever. How are you going to match or even top that? And to say that the creative team not only passed those tests with flying colors, but exceeded all of my expectations is a great relief. Because I am so excited that audiences get to go on this journey that we've been working on for 3 straight years. There's so much that is going to blow people's minds about this film, but most importantly, the stories of these 5 characters, 6 characters? How many characters are there? These characters confronting not only the unknown of the future, but also reconciling the past is a story that is worthy of telling. And so I couldn't be more excited.
I've only seen a few scenes from it, but it feels like it's a little bit darker in tone. Is that the case? And how does the message change in this movie?
Well, darker isn't necessarily the word that I would use. I think that it has certainly grown with our audience. You know, just like the Harry Potter films progressively get more and more grown up and more growing with their own audience, so too does Frozen. And also, it's a reflection of the age of our 2 main characters, Anna and Elsa. They've now grown up. So too is Olaf. And for Olaf, what I was praying for and was beyond thrilled with was I didn't necessarily want to go back and play the same exact version of the character as the first one, because why are we going to do that? People grow, and so too it turns out do snowmen. And whereas Olaf in the first film was filled with wonderment and naivete, he still retains that, but now he's starting to question things. Now he's starting like a toddler becoming a true child. He's starting to push back on things that don't necessarily make sense and ask questions like, why do things have to change? And I think that all of these characters reflect a journey that is all about that. That is all about discovering what their purpose is.
Olaf is such a lovable character. Do your daughters have a plush Olaf of their own to hug?
They do. They have a plush Olaf called Josh Gad, who is their father. And when they squeeze me, I do an Olaf voice, which is essentially my own voice. No, we definitely have a collection of Olaf and Frozen paraphernalia, like any household. But it's one of those things where to like sit down and read a book to my kids, a Frozen book, is such a thrill for me because I get to do the character for them. So that I think is even cooler than necessarily the merchandise that they have.
And finally, what would you like to see happen in a 3rd Frozen movie if that were to happen?
I haven't even thought that far out. I would love the opportunity for this movie to warrant a 3rd movie. I would love audiences to embrace it, but my mind is completely on having this movie resonate in the way the first one did, and I haven't thought that far out.
I bet it will.
Oh, well, we'll see. I think it's a very special one, though. I cannot wait for audiences to experience not only the brilliance of the story, but the animation, which is next level, and the songs, which are, I think, instantly iconic.
Well, I can't wait to see the full version, and thank you so much for talking to me today.
My pleasure. Thank you.